Hello.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. How are the troops?
Oh, yeah, all good, all good.
Excellent. All right. Well, hopefully we get started. I guess, how old's Karma now?
Karma's is 11. She haven't been vaccinated yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll get, hopefully those things change. The government's always the first of the month. They make changes. If we get some news, we'll see, but I don't know.
Yeah. So currently we'll only have the fully vaccinated.
Right
No.
now, yeah. And yeah, we'll see. Right now, that's the rule. We're just, and we know there's, well, we'll talk about it more, but we know there's other people are interpreting the rules differently, but that's where that's where we are as far as we can tell. So, yeah.
Yeah. Even though like they do the unvaccinated in the outdoor pool. So some of them say that for the unvaccinated outdoor pool, vaccinated indoor pool.
Yeah. So we're in a run out of two pools, but we're sort of stuck with just for tracking and tracing and stuff. They still want everyone to be vaccinated. So
yeah,
that's the rationale. Hopefully for, I don't know, every day I go in and beg for a change. So it's so far.
But this is the school's rules, or this is like your academy swimming?
No, we have. This is from the government. They said this is the way they've interpreted the rules, the way we've posed a bunch of questions, and this is the way the government's come back. So I'm not sure. I know everyone gets different answers on things. Because we're associated with the school, we're judged a little bit differently than an outside group just renting space.
Okay.
So it's like right now, there's no school gym programs in the pool for 11 and under kids. They've deemed that the pools are off limits for those kids. So was the communication we had. So that's where we are with that. So, and the rationale, like I said, it changes and it's a little bit murky and and then you have to, the translation doesn't always come through 100% clearly between the English version
and Arabic version.
And the Arabic version, and my Arabic's still not very good. So
and how was your holiday?
I was good. Yeah, it was a nice summer. We got to take a bit of a break in July, so that was nice. And so it's good. No Canada.
Did you go back to Canada? Or?
No, we just went to Greece for a while, so it was nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, no Canada. We haven't been to Canada for a while, so we'll get there.
I think they are still struggling with the lockdown, and
the rules just weren't, I don't know. It just sounded like it was going to be a bit of a mess. So you weren't going to be able to travel and see the people you wanted to and stuff. So we left it. All right. For everyone, we'll just, we'll wait a couple more minutes and we'll get, see if anyone else wants to join us, and then we'll get fired up. Good to see everyone. And I just have a few items, and then if we have questions and stuff, and Dina and I were just talking, I'll update you on what I know, and we'll have at it. So my Zoom skills, I'm not the best Zoom guy. I'm not like the teacher. I don't practice every day. So I'm sure you guys have to do this every day. Although I just had 3 calls today, so maybe I'm getting better. I don't know. All right, so let me run through a couple of things. There's some people on the call whose names I don't necessarily recognize. So my name's Jeff Slater. I'm the head coach of the Hydro Swim Club, and I've been in Doha for 2 years now. And we ran Hydra for 5 months, 6 months, and then we got shut down. And then last year we were able to run for 7 months, sort of, with a limited participation. and then we got shut down. And this year we're going to make it. I don't know. I wish I could tell you that for sure. But we're all hoping things are a little bit more normal this year. At least we're going to start with. We're open to non-ASD people, which is a great change. And the big limitation right now for everyone is that we're 12 and over and vaccinated people. The rules, as I understand them, are on the day you get your second vaccination, you can come into campus. So why you don't have to wait the 14 days. I didn't want to ask because I didn't want them to go, oh yeah, so those are the rules. So I know there are a few people on the call and stuff who have they're getting vaccinated sometime in the next couple of weeks. So come on in when you're organized, and that would be awesome. So that's the limitation there. As far as what I understand, I know that other programs in the city and stuff are allowing the younger kids in the water, and they're swimming at the outdoor pools and those sorts of things. And we're going to run some programming at the outdoor pool. We're also following the rule that we're just going to go with 12 and over to start things. And the exact reasoning behind that is the ASD is asked specifically of both the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education. And this is the answer we received back from them, was that we're not allowed to run any programming for 11 and unders at the school. So I don't know if it's the association with the school or the programming or exactly why, but it was just the question was asked and it was answered in that way. So that's where we are with that. And we'll continue asking. And like I said a minute ago, sometimes the government's been changing things on the 1st of the month. So if we can get something to happen on the 1st of September that changes things, then we have a plan in place to make the change. Or to add programming, and we'll try and get things done as quickly as we can. So if there is a change, we'll go from there. The first day of swimming we have scheduled is going to be Saturday, September the 4th. So programming will start for the junior group at 8 in the morning, and for the senior guys at 9 in the morning, and we'll run through that. We are going to use both pools, the indoor and the outdoor pool. We'll have the senior guys swim indoors and the junior guys swim outdoors to start. It allows us to get everyone home at a reasonable hour when we're running workouts. So we should be done by 6 o'clock or 6:30 for some of the pre-competitive people. And that just makes life a little bit better. A couple of years ago when we tried to do this with the ASD high school guys and everything, we were, it was 8 o'clock or 8:30 or something. What was it? I think we were 8:30 3 nights a week. So that just seemed to be quite late. That's past my bedtime some days. So we're going to get this done a little bit earlier in the day until we can add in all the lessons and stuff, and then we'll contract things a little bit. The mornings for the senior group will not start until the week of September 12th. So Sunday, September 12th will be the first morning. I'll do a group specific note for the senior people as far as their schedule, the junior people as far as their schedule, the pre-competitive people as far as their schedule. So don't feel like this is more just informational. So if you have questions about that stuff, let me know. The group assignments, there is some flexibility. I've talked to a bunch of people about where do they think their child fits in. We recognize some people haven't been in the water in 18 months or, there's different things going on. Kids left the program and they were 5'2" and now they're 6 feet tall or whatever's going on that way. So we'll put everyone in the water. We'll see where they are. We'll have all the coaches available. So we should be able to manage from that standpoint. Good communication will be important. So we'll be sending stuff out to you as regularly as we can. We'll set up our little WhatsApp groups and stuff. So we have, if there's any challenges, but so far everything looks good. The coaching assignments for the way we'll start, I'll be working with the senior guys at least 4 sessions a week, and I'll have probably Jawad and Yusuf working with me, and then Alex and Marwan will work with the junior guys for 4 days a week, and then we'll flip back and forth. And I'll take the junior guys twice, and those guys will come and take the senior guys a couple of times a week. So that's kind of the game plan on that. So we see everyone, and all the coaches see everyone. We have, I'll get to the ASD stuff or whatever. So registration, the actual payment, you have to do registration online, or it's a lot easier if you do registration online in advance of paying. If you're struggling to get the thing to work for you, although it seems to be working for everyone, I haven't heard too many challenges, so that's great. If you can get registered and come in and make payment, that would be awesome. That would be next week, Sunday to Thursday, between 3 and 5. Now, if I know a lot of people that doesn't work with their work schedule necessarily, so at the end, I'll just ask the question if, or a show of hands, or wave your little hand on your Zoom or whatever, if you feel like we need to put a couple of nights till 6 or 7 o'clock, like if your work schedule or something requires a later time, just let me know, and we're happy to stick around. That's not a problem. Right now, there is not going to be a challenge for registration. We haven't had a mad rush or anything, so it's not like programs are eminently full. We're sort of 50% across the board in all the 3 programs that we're proposing right now, although there's a bunch of people that I was expecting to see, and there's people on this call that aren't registered inside there. So hopefully we see all of you back in the water soon. Just a reminder, it is credit card payments. And when you do come into campus, please use gate number 12, particularly if you're coming at 3 o'clock. The school, there's some construction on the road around the school, and you'll just have an easier time coming in that gate. The gate 10 where the parking lot is, and gate 8 where sort of the main entrance is, are a bit of a disaster as far as that goes right now. So gate 12 is your best bet. And when we start swimming, the senior group, if you're at the indoor pool, please come through gate 12. And if you're at the outdoor pool, please use gate 6. So again, I'll send a note with directions, and we'll do our little video how you get in and stuff. So we should get organized on that stuff. Like I said at the beginning, for a couple of people that have just joined, we're limited on our access by the government rules and the way things have been interpreted. So we're going to continue with just registering 12 and over people. As soon as your child turns 12, or when they receive their vaccination or anything like that, assuming we have space in the group, we're happy to prorate fees and happy to welcome people back. So yeah, come on in. Again, just let me know and we'll get that organized. One of our challenges is going to be balancing things with the Hydra High School program, or sorry, the ASD High School program and the Hydra swimmers. There's a bunch of people that are going to do both. And so we are going to run those programs out of the indoor pool. Right now, we're going to run them both at the same time, so that the high school kids will start, they'll do sort of their team building exercise, their dry land, that sort of stuff. When they jump in the water, the senior kids will jump in the water with them. And everyone will swim together for about an hour. The high school guys will exit. The Hydra people will stay for another 30 to 60 minutes, depending on the day. And we'll get that organized and have them have a bit of a go with some more space. So that's kind of the plan in my mind, how that's going to work. And Mr. Farmer's not 100% behind the plan. He thinks it should be ASD only guys. But again, I didn't want to have a group of a half dozen senior students or senior swimmers waiting until 5 or 5:30 to start their training. So I think we can make this work. It's just going to mean that everyone sort of has to play well with each other and not be a distraction to any of the high school guys. And I think we can make this happen. We also have, fortunately, we have space. If we need to, we can ask some of those swimmers to swim at the outdoor pool. We can balance that. And, but we have lots of good coaches on deck, and I think we're in a good spot that way. So that's kind of the plan of how to deal with that. If you have questions about that, yeah, again, just ask and we'll go from there. I am going to share my screen briefly and just show you. This is the plan as far as the competitions that we have on the calendar right now. The QF meets are on the schedule. So there's 13 competitions listed here, I think. We are going to host a meet for sure on the 8th, 9th of October. The Fina World Cup meet is tentatively scheduled on the 21st, 22nd of October. It's going to run as a short course meet. Fina just announced or verified that yesterday. They haven't said if they're going to bubble everyone and restrict the entries. The MESAC meet has been, sorry. So MESAC is the high school championship meet. It's going to run as a virtual meet, and all of the hydro swimmers, no matter your affiliation, whether you're an ASD student or not, are going to be eligible to swim in that meet because it'll make for a better racing and stuff like that. So there will be a competition on November 11th, 12th at our pool. If things are running, there'll be Autumn Cup, and then the meets into the spring or into the winter and spring are listed there as well. So there's a big gap there between the end of March and the end of May because of Ramadan timing and those sorts of things. If it works, I think we'll run another hydro meet in there and just give everyone an opportunity to race during that period of time. So I just want to make sure that we're sensitive to all the other stuff going on around it and things like that. So it's a long ways away, or it seems like a long ways away right now, but we'll get that stuff communicated. The other thing about the calendar this year, I think I sent this information to you guys, is just a couple of things. There's school breaks are scheduled, so it's doubtful too many people are going to be able to travel in October. So I'm planning we have like a little mini training camp. We'll have a half dozen kids come in at a time for an hour, and we'll do more like we'll have 2 or 3 coaches on deck, and we'll just do a starts and turns clinic and some technical work like that. So I think that would be a good use of that time in October. Everyone will be off for Thanksgiving. We have the Christmas or winter break scheduled, which I think is common to all the schools. And the idea there, if people are able to travel, if the majority of people are out of the country, then we won't run workouts. If it's similar to last year and everyone's sort of here, then we will run workouts during that period of time. Same thing again in the spring, and we'll adjust times during Ramadan. We'll take Eid off, and we should be in good shape. The last day for ASD is June 8th. I believe the last day for Doha College is July 1st. My thought is we'll run workouts all the way through June, or certainly till close to the end of June. So for anyone that's in the city and stuff, we'll run basically September 1 to July 1 and at least a 10-month program on that front. So that's the competitions and the schedule exceptions to the schedule. Other than that, we're pretty, I don't know, there's not a lot of stuff to get in the way of doing good swimming and keeping everyone busy. So that's where we are with that. I believe that covers off like 75–80% of what I was going to say. So let me open it, and if you have questions, I'm sure it'll sort of tweak some things that we need to talk about as we go forward. So does anyone have any questions? Yes, lay it on me. Unmute yourself and just fire away. Miss Suja.
So, hi, how are you, Jeff?
Great.
Yeah. Two things. Regards to the JV, because we received in middle school, we received an email regarding the JV tryouts for swimming.
Yes.
Is this with the high schoolers, the JV?
Yeah, so the ASD high school swim team is from grade 8 to grade 12. And JV has decided on an age thing. So I believe it's, and maybe Lynn knows, you have to be
15 and under.
15 and under as of September 1st. So that would be JV. And then if you're 16 and older on September 1st, then you are varsity. But they'll all train together.
So when they do the training, if they get to do tryouts and they do the training, you're planning to have them in parallel doing, because they don't have to have double, right? Training for JV and training in Hydra.
Well, correct. I mean, the short answer is yes. So in the dream world, they would come and participate in the ASD program for those 8 weeks of the ASD program, and then continue on with Hydra after that. There's only 4 high school workouts in a week. There's, for the senior group, there's 8 workouts in a week or 6 workouts in the junior program. So I would hope that the kids are in a little bit more, and that would be the idea on that front. When your child comes to workout, if they happen to be on the ASD team, then they would swim the ASD practice. If they're sort of scheduled for the junior group, they would probably exit at that point at the end of the high school workout. If they're part of the senior group, I'm going to ask them to stay in the water for another 30 to 40 minutes and just continue with a little bit more work, because the volume of work we're going to do in the high school program, we're just going to swim for an hour and probably get in 2 to 2.5 kilometers of swimming, and I know like Isabella would like to do quite a bit more than that. So who am I to deny her that opportunity? So we'll make sure that she can get the meters in. So yeah.
And the second thing, sorry, I wanted to ask you is, I don't know, I've heard rumors, but I don't know how true this is, that we're having the Arabian Cup end of November till 18th of December, and we might be having school interruptions, or I don't know if we're going back to go online, or what's happening with that.
So there's lots of rumors about that sort of stuff. My understanding is that that's a question that's been asked, and the answer is that school is going to run as per normal right now. So we're not going to be interrupted. They're not using the stadium beside the school for any of the games. And my understanding is that we're fine for the Arab Cup this fall. The impacts of the World Cup next year, it's still, the government's holding their cards close to their chest as far as telling us exactly what they're going to ask us to do next year. But for this year, from what I understand, we're going to be okay. Nothing's going to be canceled. The school hasn't been told that there'll be any requirement that they go online or anything like that. So you would expect they would have been told at this point, and that hasn't happened. So
okay,
that's
cool.
That's to the best of our knowledge, we're okay. Just a couple of quick things that people put stuff in the chat. So Saturday morning on September 4th is going to be our first practice, and Saturdays are Hydra only. So there's no ASD sort of thing. So yeah, we'll get started on that day and make sure everyone's comfortable with that. Is that all right, Lynn? I think that answers that one.
Okay.
And then if your child is late, someone asked me specifically today, my child's not getting their second vaccination shot until the 20 whatever of September. How are we going to deal with that? We're happy to prorate that or something like that. So if you want to register and come in and pay, right now we're going to, you're going to have me working the desk, which I can talk about briefly. So just remind me that we've, you know, what day you're going to start, and we'll just sort of chop it up. I believe we are 38-ish weeks to the season, something like that. So we'll just sort of, we can divide X thousand by 38 and sort of just come up with a number that everyone's satisfied with. If you're comfortable with that, I'm okay with that. I just want to get kids back in the water. So if that works for you, just be clear on when you think your swimmer is going to jump back in, and please don't come back to me in 2 months and go, you know, Jimmy had a dentist appointment. Can we get money back for that? This is just because of the restrictions on entry to the club and stuff like that. So that would be great, but we'll try and do that. Kids allowed to stay on campus. So we have programming starting at 3:30 for the high school kids, at 4 o'clock for the Hydra, both junior and senior groups, and then 5 or 5:30 for the pre-competitive kids. So if you're in the junior program or the pre-competitive program, you're allowed to stay on campus, but you must go to the elementary school cafeteria, and we are going to provide supervision. In the past, we had a problem with, not during my time, but back in the day, people were or students were running around campus and getting themselves in trouble and stuff. So as long as everyone sort of abides by the rules, then we are going to, we're going to follow through with that. And we will have people being able to sit in the elementary school cafeteria, and one of the coaches or two of the coaches will be there by 3:15 each day. So if your swimmer needs to sit there, when practice starts, they may need to move and sit on deck or something, but bring a snack, have a drink, have your homework with you, and we should be able to accommodate everyone. So between the A and B days and stuff like that, it's really probably only 1 day a week for the pre-comp kids to have that problem, or it's 2 days every 2 weeks or something like that. So hopefully that will work for everyone. If you're coming from another school, do the same thing. If you're swimming at the indoor pool and you are on campus and not in the water till 4 o'clock or something, you're welcome to sit in the gallery at the pool, just so you're not on deck and not sort of in the way of anything. That would be great as well. We're happy to have you. So I think that takes care of that. Swimming tryouts. So right now, the registration numbers for the high school team, there doesn't seem to be overwhelming, although I sent out a big note this afternoon and invited more people to come, so we'll see. But everyone's going to make the team. I'm not planning on getting rid of anyone, and we'll get ourselves organized, so we should be good that way. As far as is your swimmer in the right group or in the right spot and things like that, we'll do an ongoing evaluation, and before we make any decisions, if someone needed to move between groups or something like that, I would ask the parents to come in and we'll have a sit down and what are the goals of the swimmer and what are we trying to get out of this and how do you think you fit in here, and yeah, we'll go from there. So that's what we're trying to do that way. I think that's the best way to do that. I should mention that currently we can't have parents just sitting in the stands or sitting on deck at the outdoor pool. Not that you would like to sit outside right now for a couple hours, but the campus is still closed from that standpoint. You are welcome to come in if you need to talk to one of the coaches or something like that. Just make an appointment or let me know in advance, and you can come in through security. If you're new to campus, if you're new in the group or something like that, you want to come in the first day or the first couple of days and just figure out where your kids are going and what's going on, more than welcome to have you come in. That's absolutely fine. Again, just let me know. And like I said, when you come in for registration, if you come in through, or for payment, come in through gate 12, and we'll have signage up to direct you to where our office is at the pool. We had an assistant in our first year. We'll call her Marissa for lack of a better name. And she did a very good job, and such a good job that she found another job. So she will not be our faithful assistant. She left me. Yes, thanks, Lynn. And so we only have to see each other like every evening and on the weekends instead of like 24 hours a day. So it's better for everyone that way, probably. Mostly Marissa, but we did interviews this week for a new person, and we should have someone in that role by the time you start swimming. There won't be anyone there on Sunday. You'll just have me. But by September 1st, we're living the dream. We're going to have someone in that role, so we should be good that way, and get on top of things. So that will provide us with a little better consistent communication and billing, and if there's questions about that, and we'll go from there. One of the things that's come up previously is about team gear. We are going to have an online store, and you'll be able to do orders for stuff. I'm just working with a company in England, and they're going to post stuff, and then you'll order it. It'll take about 6 weeks for delivery, because they'll just make, instead of me ordering like 50 large sweatshirts and then only selling 3 or something like that, you're going to order stuff, it'll all get shipped and distributed. So that should be up on board by the time we start swimming on September 4th. Yeah, everyone will have their stuff in time for, I don't know, hopefully US Thanksgiving or something. I don't know. Anyways, sometime sort of 6 or 8 weeks after that. So we should be in good shape that way. All right. Anyone else got questions? Those are sort of my points.
A good question.
Lay it on me. What's up? Are we
Hello.
good? Yes?
Yep.
Yeah,
Hi, hello, good evening.
yeah.
Can I ask you?
Yes.
My son Tobias, he wants to swim for ASD. And now my question is, should I just, because then he wants to carry on, of course, with Hydra. So
Yeah.
should I register him and then he will swim for, I don't know, 8 weeks with ASD, or how long is the program? And then he will jump into Hydra, or how do we do
So
that?
this is the balancing act that we're trying to thread the needle here. So we're going to, I would encourage you to register with Hydra. Hydra is going to run 8 workouts a week, including weights in the morning. We have access to the Tritonware technology that they've completely revamped everything. I
know,
actually
but
had a meeting. Okay, just let me and so the high school program is 4 days a week for a maximum of 90 minutes. And the Hydra program is going to be 8 2-hour workouts a week. The 2 of them will run in parallel or combined on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday evening. The kids will be in the water from 4 to 5 at the same time, whether you're swimming for Hydra or for ASD, and you'll be just assigned lanes by ability level. So on one side of the pool might be some less skilled people, and they'll be sort of plowing away over there. And then on the other side of the pool, there'll be the more skilled people, and they'll be doing their thing. And we'll have, we have 3 high school coaches plus myself, and we have 2 Hydra coaches plus myself. So there'll be 6 of us on deck to manage the group. And the groups will run, like I said, they'll run in parallel. So I would encourage you to register your child with Hydra right from the start of the year, and allow them to come to all the workouts and participate fully in the program right from the start. And they will be eligible to swim inside any of the ASD activities at that point, and they will be a ASD swimmer, or for school terms. If you choose, you could have your swimmer not register with Hydra until after the end of the ASD season. They would only be eligible to come to those 4 1-hour workout or 90-minute workouts a week until they were fully registered with Hydra, and they wouldn't have access to some of the technology and things like that. So I know it sounds complicated, and Lynn and I were talking about it today, and I spoke to Mr. Farmer. We're just trying to, particularly this year, because of the numbers and the way things are going to work, we're just trying to make the best of the situation so all the kids get the best competitive opportunity. So that's where we are with that. That's my piece. So ask your question now. Thank you.
I understood that if he's swimming and training with the ASD, then he is going to, I don't know, to do competition with ASD and not with Hydra.
So there,
he will not be part of the team of ASD if he is just swimming for Hydra. Is it right?
well, we're not going to be able to travel, and so say these. Say this competition runs on October 1st, the QF meet. The ASD kids are not going to participate in the QF meet. They are going to participate in the Hydra meet on October 8th because we're at home. All right. They're not going to participate in the World Cup meet or the QF meet. And then the ASD kids will participate in the virtual championships. So if your swimmer is registered with Hydra and with ASD, they would go to the QF meets and, you know, wear a Hydra cap. And if they're racing at the MESAC meet, they would wear an ASD cap, and they would just, like, it doesn't impact the swimmer in that way. There'll be less opportunities for the ASD swimmers and more opportunities for the Hydra. And if you're registered in both, then you default to the top end of the ladder. You're not penalized at all for being registered in both. Does that make sense?
Okay, so there is no point to swim for ASD, basically.
Well, there's going to be probably, I don't know, for round numbers, there's going to be 20 plus kids that swim only ASD. They want to participate in track and field in the next term. They want to do basketball after Christmas. They want to do something else. So from a team building standpoint, if you want to be with your friends and part of a high school team, then you would be part of the ASD team. And that's why the ASD guys are going to start at 3:30 and do their dry land together and build that team aspect. I know swimming's not always seen as a big team sport, but there's a big team aspect to it. And we want to be able to teach those guys the idea of camaraderie and working together and doing those things. So if you're on the ASD team, you're going to have the opportunity to participate with those 20 people who may not be your teammates for the rest of the year. They may choose to, Tobias's buddy Grant is a good example. He's going to do track and field and he's pretty committed to it. He's going to swim high school in the fall and then not participate any longer in swimming for the year because he's going to run. So this will be the opportunity for those guys to get together and do something and train together and do that stuff. But Grant, as an example, will only come to the pool for those 4 workouts a week or whatever. So for everyone to be involved or engaged together, that would be what they're doing. And the final part would be that any of the ASD kids, we're going to run a MESAC championship as a virtual swim meet, and we want to win that meet, and we need all the guys we can get to race for that. So we would like everyone to be part of that group or whatever and go from there. So the school does recognize people for their contributions, and I don't know, eventually if you want to get an award for, I don't know, valedictorian or something, like we had a couple of guys up last year in the running for that, and a big part of that is participation in extracurricular activities, and for whatever reason, the school activities will rate more highly. So to say you were part of the swim team is a component of that and assists you on that. So there's no penalty to being part of that. So I would encourage the kids to come out to the ASD teams and do that and make the contribution, and then shift their focus a little bit if they want.
Which leads me to the second question, if I can ask one more question.
Absolutely.
With my daughter, which wants to also do something JV, which is volleyball or what, and she has a clash with the time, because she's swimming for junior, and I'm sure she will still swim for juniors. So then she cannot go for swimming. The question is it possible that she can find another time because she wants to also do swimming, or she has to choose?
No, the default is to swim for the ASD team during the ASD season. So she would just come to the indoor pool and participate as a member of the high school team on those days. And
Sorry, no.
I'm answering your question. So on Saturday, she would go and swim with the juniors. On Sunday, she would swim with the ASD team if she chooses to register with junior. So there's 6 workouts a week for the juniors. She can swim with the ASD team 4 nights a week, and she can swim with Hydra on the Tuesday afternoon and the Saturday morning.
She doesn't want to swim for ASD. She wants to do other sport for ASD. This is the thing.
Oh, okay.
So she will not be available but she also wants to swim with you.
Oh, like she's gonna do volleyball. Okay, that's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
But she wants to do also swimming. So now she has to choose, or can we find a way that she can do also swimming with you and also play her body?
I mean, your specific case is a little bit different. Let me send you a note later, but I would suggest that the best bet, if she wants to swim, she could swim with the pre-competitive guys from 5:30 to 6:30 a couple of nights a week after, just to get back in the water. And that's gonna be my best option for you. So
okay, that makes sense. Good. And then when it's finished, that she can. All right.
Yeah. Right. I'm just writing myself a note so I remember to talk to you. Okay. All right.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Anyone else with something along those lines? All right. We're good. All right, fantastic. I think I've answered all the questions that were in my chat. Okay, so Saturday morning, September 4th, we start in the water. Sunday at 3 o'clock, we start registration. I look forward to seeing you. If you don't have anything else specific, if there's something you would like to speak to me, I'm pretty available. So you can email me, you can phone me. The phone in the office is probably not going to get answered that much. I will be in sort of by midday most days and be there most of the days. So if you want to phone, but you can probably, I think everyone's got my cell phone number somewhere, or it's on the bottom of all our notes. So send me a note and we'll get organized on that front, and we should be good. All right. Is everyone good? I recorded this. If there's someone you know or a friend of yours or something is like, I had some questions, I will post this on our, I'll email it to everyone, the file, when it's done, and they can watch it and go from there. And I think that's good. All right, everyone good? Fantastic. All right, have a great evening. I look forward to seeing you in person very soon, and let's get excited about swimming. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Jeff. Thanks.
All right.